That's a big fucking chunky war. Alright, we can now see this war. So I guess that's what we're gonna do. Ooh, oh, the timing! The timing! It's gonna be a big fucking fat-ass battle. Let's go! The Battle of Til Twick. The Coronites have got the fire. Oh, they've got a 6-6 fire. And there is a 2-9! Oh my god, War Wizard for Vern. Dustin Reaver. Vern is currently losing, but they do have more men, and we've got... You go away. There's a decent amount of troops sticking around, like the Ibavars here. It's going to be very difficult to see what the outcome of this is. Depends on who gets their troops involved. There's a lot of Vern troops here ready to go in still. That 3 shock advantage they've got is going to be super nice, but look at that, 1.2 morale advantage, 17% discipline advantage. There's also not a full back row of cannons for Vern. So this is way tighter than it has any right to be. And did I see Soldier Sat troops in here as well? I do! Look at that! Corinth the Reach, Frozenmaw, Obsidian Legion, Soldier Sat, Bjarnrik, Blade Marches, Sirenvar versus Vern, Adenica, Celiande, Gisden, Conwell, Varain, and Terra. But somebody just retreated from that, so it looks like the AI on Vern's side are giving up. That Coronite advantage is crazy. The Coronites lost 108,000 versus the relatively even losses, maybe 120? About that. So, yeah, there's a lot of losses. A lot of losses, but reasonably even. That was a cool battle. I'm glad I caught that. That was pretty dope. Big battle here. Ibavar got caught. I mean, do we even need to look at this? It's already over on that front. So yeah, now Corinth Blade Marches the Reach. They just need to consolidate their victory over Adenica. The war is against Vern. Oh, it's the League War! Motherfucker! That's dope. Okay, so these are the sides. It is actually the full-ass League War. So, yeah, Vern is the war leader. They're not going to have... the war isn't going to end when Adenica leaves. Same, Corvurio was in the League. They got yeeted out of it. And yeah, this is great. What's the war over? The war is over the religious future of the West. Vern's coming in. It's going to have an attack on the Reach, but the Coronites have seen it, and they are coming in. I'm going to call this Empire. No, that's not the button. Empire versus Coronites. Regent Court, whatever. It's the Empire versus the Coronites. And the Coronites are just dominant at this point. Blade March is trying to cut off reinforcements, which will mean that this battle ends up going in the Coronites' favor. As you can see, for us, the Empire is the side with the yellow troops. Blade Marches has run away, so these are gonna get some reinforcements in. It's going to be too late, but yeah, no, okay, so they weren't too slow. They managed to stop the reinforcements going in, but there is 200,000 in this area. They need to be a bit more mobile. What Blade Marches did there was super important, but now there's going to be another battle in Vidor, and let's be honest, they could have chosen better places for these battles. They really could have. They're basically allowing themselves to be attacked in grasslands with no river crossing. You really need to find places like woodlands, or at least having some kind of river. This Dustin Reaver is always going to be the main guy. He's only got 2 maneuver, whereas you got a 666. Varial of Ghost Alley needs, he's... Well, I guess that actually doesn't make any difference. The Empire is going to never have the river crossing. Unless they also have a 6 maneuver guy, but that's unlikely. It's mad that this 9-shot guy isn't making more of an impact. Though, looking at it, the Coronites are losing this battle. They need to get reinforcements in, but they don't have a full backline of cannons. Their cannons are getting absolutely smashed here, and the Empire is going to cut off reinforcements like an absolute Chad. Ibavar doing... well, I mean, he's doing the Regent Court's work. The Empire is appreciating this very much, even if they end up losing. These rebels also preventing some Coronite troops and forces from getting involved. And is this the big counterattack play? Kinda seems like it might be, because the Coronites are in full retreat here. Blade March is coming in with big fat merc stack, and you just love to see this kind of thing. The back and forth is something I absolutely adore. So I'm very happy with this. This is awesome. This kind of thing, these kinds of wars, makes me kind of want to be kicked from the game so I can just commentate again. Is there going to be a battle here? Are you going to get caught? It looks like you are, otherwise you wouldn't have this guy continuing to reinforce. This is going to be... I don't see enough Coronite forces coming. And it looks like this Ibavari army might be wanting to go all the way around to cut off reinforcements, but it is irrelevant. You might want to start running away. I mean, if I was this guy, I'd be moving into Westwall Wood. Although, if enough reinforcements get in. Big battle here with Blade Marches, and Coronite is involved in here as well. A 10-shock general. My god, that is fucking disgusting. It really is disgusting. Oh my god. Reinforcements cutting off here by Soldier Sat. But is it going to be enough? Because, you know, they can still come in through whatever this is called, Banwick. So the main battle here is, unless we see more Empire, Coronite reinforcements. Yeah, no, they've already started to run. That is a loss for the Coronites. And this was a decent attempt, but it is just going to lead to another Coronite loss. When these reinforcements, is 160,000 coming, another 40,000, another 20,000, and, well, they've retreated the main bulk of the army, but it is irrelevant because the big force is about to arrive. It could be that that was an intentional retreat, just so that, you know, the Coronite forces under Soldier Sat couldn't just hop out of there as soon as the big reinforcement stack came in. Apparently it was a battle lost by Ibavar up in the north as well. This kind of thing really gets me going. I love this. This is juicy. Beautiful. So, the Empire has managed to push them back. They've got some nice peasants here sieging Vale Fort for them. As soon as that gets to positive, it might be worth going to kill those easy-to-kill peasants and taking over the siege. There's a lot of Adshaw troops just scattered all over the place. A bit of, I mean, I'd say carpet sieging, but it's already siege, so I guess maybe he's stealing a bunch of wealth from there. Would make sense. I'd probably do it too. But yeah, this is very, very dangerous. There's another army coming in from Blade Marches. We could see another attack coming in soon. It looks like a big push is happening. You're loving the esports style commentary. I'm glad you like it. The big attack is coming in. And it's Coreg Gruditern, the 3-10-3-6 Chad versus Justin Reaver, the 2-9-2-5 Super Chad. And there's an extra battle going on in the south, but the Battle of the War Wizards. This is something out of the fucking early, you know, Sword of Truth series. I'm sure most of their power is going into just countering each other while the battles, you know, fly between the troops. You know, the Dustin's throwing a fireball, but Coreg's counter-spelling it. Coreg throws a lightning, but another counter-spell. Meanwhile, the armies are just fucking going at it. they cancel each other out. The armies are what is mattering here, and it's tight. It's tight. There's a lot of Empire forces coming in from the south, but from the north there is some Coronite forces coming in as well. The fact that the Empire is outnumbering over 2-1, but losing in morale is just insane. That is a terrible roll. There is a lot of losses being sustained by the Empire in this point. Another terrible roll, and then we get somewhat even, a 3 to a 5. Another terrible roll for the Empire. Is this gonna come down to trash rolls? I know that feeling all too well, and I fucking hate it. But it looks like this is going to be a loss for the Empire, unless some reinforcements come out of the mist. I just don't see it happening. The reinforcements here, 8,000 reinforcements versus the 35,000 reinforcements from the Coronites. Another 17,000 coming in. Really, it's not going to happen for the Empire in this battle. The Battle of Up Creek is going to go the way of the Coronites, but they're leaving it to the last to get out of there. That's rough. That's rough. 128,000 losses for the Empire versus the 110,000 for the Coronites. All things told, the losses, they're not as one-sided as one might imagine. It is still all to play for. It is still all to play for. Until Adenica gets pieced out of this war, then I think there is still a lot to play for. The Empire is really quick to get back into the area. It really doesn't take them too long, but they're going in for another battle, and they haven't even got full morale yet. This is not good when the Coronites have such a huge morale advantage over them. It's Gianbull Black Barrel, a 5-6 leading the Coronites. Ardan Orcsbane, another war wizard with 8 shock, is leading the Empire forces. The fact that the Empire has 3 separate war wizards is wild. We've got the Blade Marchers coming in, trying to snipe at these reinforcements, and they are going to get an almighty advantage from this. It looks like they won't get the main reinforcements, but these reinforcements need to go and take care of this battle. Otherwise, they're going to lose like in 2 different areas. It doesn't look like we've got a victory here for the Empire. Yet again, we're going to have a mass rout and a loss for the Empire. I don't see them winning either of these battles, because this is going to go on. I mean, they're already losing, but it's going to go on long enough for this 100,000 to get involved as well. This 12,000, sure, it's just sitting here doing nothing, but it needs to choose where to go, and it's choosing the secondary battle. This one is another Coreg versus Dustin pitch rivalry. You love to see those. They may... Oh, tell you what, the Empire is pretty tight here. They're going to win in this main battle. Is it going to be enough for them to then turn around and get in here? It's not. They've lost that battle. Are they going to try and immediately move on it? No. No, they're just going to take their own respective sides again. A little bit of a mop-up situation here against Adshaw, but they didn't go in with their largest army, so honestly, even though they've got a huge numbers advantage, this could still end up with a retreat here from Adshaw, and it is. 70,000 versus less than 5,000, they couldn't even stack wipe it. They need to be able to stack wipe these things. Wild. I do fucking absolutely adore the rivalry between Coreg and Dustin. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Do we get another war, another battle, another rivalry? A titanic clash. Varil of Ghost Alley, a legendary general. Unmistakable repute. Ardan Orcsbane, a war wizard. Unmistakable repute. Gameball Black Barrel, a shock master. A goal-oriented legend. Dustin Reaver, the leader, I'm gonna pretend, of Actually, is he the leader? No, he's not. But he is the leader of this coalition. I'm just saying it, whatever. And then finally, we've got this lovely little flanking maneuver led by Coreg Grundidern. And he's going in, potentially, in these woods, in Audremirk Wood. Audremere Wood, whatever. He's waiting on some reinforcements, I imagine. He's got no manpower, which is a shame, because that's 21,000 men out of 45. If Vern knew that this army was here, he would not be moving off these woods. Is Blade Marchers being stupid here? They could move here, blow up the fort and assault it in a day. But he's not. He's actually going into the woods to fight Vern here. Is this actually a siege? It is a siege, so they're going to have a decent, terrain advantage. And Coreg fighting Dustin for the umpteenth time. It was smarter for them to go to Audremere Wood. But the rivalry just called to them. It was too strong to ignore. He could not help himself but go and fight his legendary enemy. And once again, the Emperor and his best war wizard, Dustin Reaver, which I actually think might be his heir, is going to be sent packing, even though they outnumber Coreg's troops more than 2-1. The morale, the discipline of these Blade March troops, and probably some other shit too. Actually, no. The Emperor's won! Dustin Reaver, the legend, the man, the myth, has sent the Blade Marchers packing. Vern. No, your heir is Kamir. And Otrak is your fella. So I don't know. I don't know where you're getting Dustin Reaver and why it's calling him, part of your royal family. I don't know. But it's a fucking story and I'm sticking with it. I like the story of it. Coreg the legend. Ooh, what an upset. Exactly. And now we have the other legend, Varel of Ghost Alley, another war wizard of legendary repute, and a new contender for sexy general. Aaron Sina Balgarstinach is here, ready to fight the Adenikans in Silverford. Is it Adenikans? No, there's no Adenikans here. I don't know. I haven't actually seen any Adenikan troops. They're not waiting for their morale. They don't fucking need it. Even though they don't have max morale, they still have shit tons more than the Empire. And Varel of Ghost Alley is going to be fighting Arden Orcsbane, another fucking war wizard. It seems this land just fucking breeds war wizards like it's going out of fashion. A huge numbers advantage for the Empire once again. But the Coronites, they got fucking faith in Corin. So, I mean, that's clearly worth way more. Evidently. Massive amounts of Adenican reinforcements scare off the Coronites and they bugger right the fuck away. But right now, it looks like the Empire is in the ascendancy. They've started pushing heavily into the Blade Marches. Adenican land is being besieged. And the Reach up here is just trying to scramble together another army. Although, I mean, they've got fucking all of the manpower, so we'll see what needs to be done with there. Another battle. Another legendary conflict between Coreg and Dustin Reaver. I love it. I love it so fucking much. The Empire, I mean, he's got less morale, but that's just how it do be so frequently. Reinforcements seem to be cut off by the Empire, pulling the same trick that the Coronites have pulled so many times. But this army is just going to get wiped. It did not hold for long enough, especially with more Coronites coming in. And the battle here in Castle's Ford is about to be reinforced by the Coronites heavily. Corinta gets in there. There's Blade Marchers reinforcements. And though, again, the Empire has the manpower advantage, the men advantage, It looks like faith in Corin just kind of shits all over faith in the region court. Coreg versus Dustin Reaver. Part 73. Addendum 2. Looks like yet another victory for Coreg, potentially. We'll see. The Empire is throwing masses of men into this fight. Just colossal numbers here. I'm looking forward to seeing what the numbers are here after the fight. I imagine the losses are going to be somewhat even yet again, but we have to wait and see. The reinforcements are out for the Blade Marches, for the Coronites, and they are out for the Empire. It is coming down to... No, it's over. Let's move that to the side a second. Look at that. Coreg versus Dustin. And the fucking... Another battle has started. Reinforcements from the Empire did not get there in time, and they got shit all over again. So, losses this time, 80,000 versus 100 and something thousand. Yet again, the Empire taking that fat fucking L. Coreg and Dustin fanfic coming soon. Hells yeah. Small battle in the north. No leader for the Empire. This does not look like a fight that the Empire wanted to take. Titanic fucking battles. Adenica has been forced to peace out. So, what does this mean? But there is a huge amount of Coronite forces sat in Adenica right now. No sign of any Empire forces. We must wait and see if that changes. Right now, it's looking like a done deal. It is just Ibavar and Vern versus the full might of Bjarnrik, Reach, Corintab, Blade Marches, and Sirenvar. It is looking like a done deal, a foregone conclusion. With Adenica gone, I don't see much hope. The war rages on, and a new ruler rules Vern. Kamir Silibor. The invasion into Ibavar has started. And it does indeed seem that there is no hope for the Empire. Ibavar itself has loans and a deficit, the same with Vern. There's 350k, let's say, if you include all these vassals, versus more than that. The West is back having more battles. Varil versus Ardan, and Coreg versus Urak-Hasen. And that battle has ended. The Coronites have won there, and it looks like the Coronites have also won in the north. At this point, were I the Emperor, I'd be throwing in the towel. They are at negative 66 war score. And it is just purely a matter of time before it is forced upon them to accept the new order of things, which is Corin's pretty dope. This is depressing. It was so close to... We were so close to seeing a massive counterattack. The Empire had pushed Coronites. They pushed the Coronites, you know, through the Blade Marches. They'd taken back half of Adenica, but then once Adenica got pieced out, it was a very, very one-sided affair from that point. I don't see much in the way of potential or opportunity now for the Empire. Oh my god, they're trying it again. I mean, what really... Like, you're stood in the grasslands. Firstly, that's stupid. Please don't just stand in grasslands. Standing in the woods? Maybe a good idea. Standing in the grasslands, like, why would they attack here when this is such a target? There's probably a river crossing, but, you know, three maneuver is something that I imagine they could probably overcome with that 666, for example. Yeah. I'm not sure what that plan is. It feels like there's negotiations going on, otherwise, like, I don't see the reason why no movement is happening. Oh, the Coronite Accord is victorious! Ah, a thing has happened. They have indeed peaced out. At long last. So, Corin is ascendant, and the new emperor is Tahoe of Arboran. The new emperor. Emperor Tahoe. I have been told that there is much integrity in this area. Very nice. Good job, people. I would not be able to make these videos without the generous support of my patrons. If you'd like to help support the channel so I can keep making these, you can find a link to Patreon in the description below. Also a link to my Discord where these games are organised, as well as Twitch where I live stream these campaigns live every Thursday. Hope to see you there, and I hope you enjoyed this video.